feel comfortable with Jonathan because according to them, they feel that whether Jonathan likes it or not, he cannot go another term. So constitutionally, he cannot go another term aside from the first 4 terms. But that is still in context based on what the Constitution stipulates concerning the person of Jonathan and how he went through his own process of possibly 6 years. So, Dumebi Kachiko speaking, should anyone believe what he's saying? Would the person, as you know, as former President Goodluck Jonathan, would he actually offer Peter Obi such a position to drop his presidential ambition and become a minister during, if he wins? That is, Jonathan is already alluding that there is a strong tendency he would win the elections in 2027. Or is this a trap?
Esther, there is no trap there. They have told you in clear terms what they are permutating.
This is not a permutation. This is what Dumebi Kachiko is saying.
I am telling you, yes. That is what the North is scheming. If not, look at it yourself. It was P2B that was all over the place. His name and his views were all over the place. He was so popular. All of a sudden, a Jonathan that we have not had his voice or his opinion or whatever. Some people started trapping him, started talking to him, started calling his name. You know, what does that tell you? There is no smoke without fire. And like I told you last Thursday, the North are making a mistake about Jonathan. Constitutionally, section 137, I don't think it will avenge Jonathan. No. APC will go to court. I'm not joking. APC will challenge it. And if I know APC very well, they will win. And that means Jonathan will be rubbish. Did you even hear what the North are saying? That except Peter Obi now work with Atiku as a deputy, Abi?
Yes.
Is that not part of what you read now?
That's what Dumebi Kachiko is saying.
Yes. Some people dismiss it now that it's only Dumebi Kachiko, this and that. But that person will not ask himself, why is he not to suddenly ask him for Jonathan? If they're truly not Obi, should they be calling out to Jonathan now? Please tell me. Esther, how long have I been saying this thing? Nobody wants to listen to me. Esther, we fought a civil war. And the North have never been happy with the Igbo man after the civil war. We turned all their plans. It was Igbo man that destroyed it. All their plans in Nigeria.
But Barrister Darlington, let's just assume that this is a period where every means, every machination, every strategy, meaning that there is a psychological warfare here, so that, you know, the followership, the buzz, the adrenaline about some certain presidential candidates will be deemed. Let's just say this is a machination at work, all right? This is basically the plan. But let's look at the reality of this. Jonathan himself, ever since we heard 2 days ago that a source said Jonathan may actually be in the run. Remember, Jerry Ghana said something like that you've gotten somebody better. Now, they said Jonathan may agree to be part of it, and then the contention was if he was eligible to actually go another term based on the 1999 Constitution as amended. In this whole process, Jonathan has not uttered a word. We've not heard anything through Jonathan's aid to verify this statement. But we know how these people do these things. They put these things out there to get the reaction of people, to hear what people have to say. So obviously, they're listening to us right now. They're listening to the conversation we're having right now to know how people feel about all of this. Now, Dumebi Kachiko is coming today. Again, you know that man speaks unfiltered. He's actually alleging that the plan by those Northerners for them is that you're putting out a permutation that without the North, he may not get it because of the vacuum of trust between the North and the Southeast, basically, as is obvious anyway. And that if that is the only option, would be Peter deputizing Atiku. Now, is it possible that a Jonathan, all right, would be offering Peter Obi a ministerial slot for him as a president in 2027 when you don't even know if you're eligible to contest that election in 2027? How do you even know that you would win? For a Peter Obi that, according to El Rufai, supposedly won the elections in 2023 based on whatever it is he put out there, you expect somebody, even if INEC gave him 6 million votes, to actually decide to step down and take a ministerial slot, that you would win the 2027 elections. What's the reality in all of these phrases Dumebi Kachiko is putting out here?
He's not putting out anything, Esther. You said it yourself that Rufai told you that P2B won that election.
That he was robbed. He didn't tell me. He put it out there. He put it out there. He didn't tell me.
He said it. He brought that figures. Is that not true? What happened at the end of the day? Hold on. Is it not the person they choose that they put there, Esther? Why do you think the people don't want to offend them? I am telling you people reality. Nobody wants to listen. Esther, imagine if at the beginning P2B had worked with Atiku, all these permutations, all this scheming, all these shenanigans would have ended. The North would not even have the mouth to go and look for somebody else. They won't. Enter they would. This is delay by P2B that is causing this thing.
What delay, sir? What's the delay?
The delay do not to make up his mind to work with the article.
What do you mean to make up? You can't force him to do what he doesn't want to do. He has put himself out there.
Hold on, Esther, please don't interject. You called me for this thing. Listen to me. Listen to me and listen well. Up to today, we don't even know where he stands, and you're asking me what is delay. No, tell me, is it proper? Up till now, do you know where P2B stands?
P2B is in the Labour Party and also part of the coalition, and he's putting his hat in the race.
Are you serious? He came out to tell you, Abi.
He said it. Yes, we all watched the interview. He said it, Barrister Darlington. Yes.
Okay. When was that interview? That interview
was last month.
Last month.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Meanwhile, Daddy Ahmed came to him to make peace. He rejected the peace overture. Esther, he rejected it.
Barrister Darlington, where did you hear he rejected the peace overture? Where did you hear that? Where, in what categorical term did you hear that?
I said, Esther, please, I discussed that thing on that platform. I don't want you to continue to suggest when you know the truth. I don't like it, please. Okay, what did he reply, Daddy Ahmed? What did he reply him when the man said he went to him? What
according to what Dati Ahmed said, I heard that particular interview. He said P2B did not reject or actually try to not push him further or derail him from going ahead with it. But he was literally just there. He didn't literally say exactly that P2B said don't go or go.
What does that tell you? If P2B has made up his mind, will you be talking like this? No, tell me. If you would have told them that, okay, I have accepted it. Now, listen again, though. INEC has shut down Abure and his faction. So can't you see what is going on with Labour Party now? It is neither here nor there. And now the North has given condition. I told you here, no matter how you want to please your concubine son, he will never call you his father. I have been insisting that P2B should work with Atiku. Is it demarketing him?
All right,
is it telling him not to run?
All right, let's Barrister, it is the time of the South, basically based on the gentleman agreement, and I don't think there's anything wrong with P2B says that he has the capacity to run like any southern candidate. But maybe Kachuku is saying something, Barrister Darlington. He's saying something.
Somebody will run with something. Nobody can run alone. You know it.
Barrister Darlington, maybe Kachuku is saying. Maybe Kachuku said something. All right, that is worthy to note. He said that we should stop blaming the president of any complicit whatever within the opposition. That we should try as much as possible not to break a house that we're trying to build together. Now, because of that statement he made about the president, a couple of persons are saying he is the mouthpiece of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu by coming out to reel out certain things going on within the ADC. And they also think again that he's working for the president. But on several occasions he has said he is not working with the president. He's just saying it as it is. So he says there should be no deliberate spread of falsehoods against President Tinubu or any other southern presidential aspirant. Barrister Darlington, the truth of the matter as it stands now is that the North finished 8 years. It is the time of the South. If there are talks and persuasion on P2B to support an Atiku Abubakar or be a vice, well, Atiku has not said anything yet, and nobody is pushing it any further. P2B has a right, like Rotimi Amechi and any other southern candidate, to say we are not deputizing any northerner. It's not the time of the North until 2031. To say he wants to run on his own, and so obviously this is a psychological thing. But do you think Dumebi Kachuku is on the side of the president? Because at every point in time he has been defending the administration. He has been defending all the southern candidates actually. What's your take on that aspect?
All this thing he's saying, do you need anybody to tell you where he stands? I don't like people who speak from both sides of their mouth. You know very well that Okachuku has never been a friend of ADC, his own party, or P2B. So he's telling you exactly what is on ground. All this thing that he's talking about, nobody should blame. Who should I blame? Who should I blame if I will not blame Tinubu? He's talking to himself now. Anybody that will listen to Okachuku, in fact, that person is living on a food paradise. What I'm saying here is that if the needful have been done, all these things will not come up extra. You know, nature abhors a vacuum. You create a vacuum, and then all manner of things are coming in now. Ask yourself, why is Jonathan coming into the mix at this hour? Why Jonathan? Tell me. You have not answered that question. The people that have been telling me I am wrong all along, the North has spoken now. Let them go and challenge the North. It's as simple as that. Let them go and challenge the North. They said that Obi must work with their son Atiku. They are very clear. What are they supposed to do?
Well, Barrister Darlington, as it stands now, while the ADC is giving such a line of thoughts, the PDP under the Governor Bala is actually asking Peter Obi to come into the PDP and become a presidential aspirant. They consider him a good candidate, and his line of politics is quite different from the way Nigerian politics is, specifically as things have become. The type of politics that we currently operate is no longer as it used to be. So they're asking him to come join the PDP. Obviously, you already know the situation with the PDP. Do you think Governor Bala has Peter Obi's real interest at heart? If he already knows that the Wike factor is like a sassafly on the scrotum of the PDP, and you're encouraging Peter Obi to join them, how is that going to be possible for him to be considered when there is a certainty, or some persons think there's a certainty that at the die minute they'll create chaos? Peter Obi may not be given the presidential slot, and at that time he may not be able to join any other political party, and it's a win-win for every other person who has an interest who is already there.
Oh, so you know all this is that you're asking me?
Well, no,
you know all this is that you're asking me?
This is what a lot of Nigerians are actually attributing to the entire situation.
What Esther is saying.
It is not Esther. It is, if you've been following the conversation across board.
I am beginning to think that you are working for Tinubu right now.
Because of what?
Because of what you said.
I didn't say it. These are the permutations.
No, but what? You never abandoned to listen to me. You never, most of you that are vilifying me, or the job will come at, or you come out and tell me that I'm wrong. No, on the most serious note. Tell me that I'm wrong now. This house, I told you where they're going. I said, tell me why Jonathan should be not shocked today in this whole thing. All of a sudden, Jonathan, since the North love Obi, all of them are behind Obi. Why? Somebody should come and explain to me. And they have told you who they want. And they have told you how they want it. You instead of you to look at this matter from that angle, you are telling me gentleman agreement here and there. If Tinubu have been doing well, will all this come up? They say necessity is the mother of invention. If Tinubu have been working well, it will be an embarrassment for anybody to challenge him in office. But look at what is going on today. So the debt agreement, the gentleman agreement, according to you, it was remain at it. It is the turn of the South. Are you serious? Which turn? Who wrote the turn? Where is it in our constitution? You people are just celebrating if any. All of a sudden, it's done North and South. Okay, if the North know their union, they should have told if the South know their union, they should have told the North. Or you let us calculate this is independent, how many times you have ruled. Nobody's talking about that one. In Shagari era, they have removed it from the equation. Yes, sir.
All right, Barrister Darlington, a lot of Nigerians have the faith that at this time around the North cannot continue to decide what they want, and according to what you may be Kachuku is saying right now, right about now, he's saying that they've hung on to power for so long that they don't even see any other person. These are his words. He says that the North use the weapons of religion, tongue, tribe, and poverty, while they convince millions of poor people, Northerners, that a Southern president hates them, and that is the cause of their poverty. And he was referring to the fact that the Southern president is President Tinubu, and that these are the kind of things they've reeled out to their followers in the North. So that's the reason why they think that pushing Tinubu out of the equation, despite Tinubu staying on for them for 8 years, supporting them, that now they want to use religion, they want to use their population, they want to use tribe and sentiment and poverty that to put Tinubu aside. Again, he's speaking on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But you said something that is at the heart of every Nigerian, that if things are going on well, this push for a change in government wouldn't be this rife, wouldn't be this obvious, okay? But the presidency is defending their stance. For example, Sunday Dare very recently disputed a report on Daily Trust that Nigerians are dying of hunger, or that Nigeria is collapsing under Tinubu's watch. Dare said that such an assertion are exaggerated and that they're not backed up by facts, criticizing the piece for feeling public despair and misrepresenting the actual state of the nation. The presidential aide emphasized that while the country is facing economic challenges, the situation is not as dire as some reports are suggesting. They claim that 33 million Nigerians are at risk of hunger is a projection and not a confirmed reality. Again, how do you react to this?
Yes, sir, please. Whenever Tinubu and don't go to Pagutito, that check will bounce.
You saw what?
I have told you. Whenever they are telling you something, the supporters and the aides, don't go to back with what they are telling you. If you go to back, that check will bounce. That's the truth. Did you not hear what they said? Did you not hear what the is rubbish? Even MPS. You want to discuss that you are listening to something. Is that what you want to support? Is that someone in Nigeria? What is the price of food stuff? You have already been lamenting about it in that studio. You cannot go to market and buy a bag of rice for that. We bought it for 7,000.
Barrister Darlington, the network seems to be obstructed. Let me try and call you back. It's quite imperative that you complete your line of thought this time. Sunday Dare is reiterating to Nigerians in defense of his principal, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that the statistics reeled out by a daily newspaper called Daily Trust is wrong, that it is not true that Nigeria is collapsing or going through abject poverty, but that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done quite a lot and economically things are picking up. But the problem is that most Nigerians are not feeling the impact of all of these economic statistics being reeled out. So what needs to be done? Should the governors be called out? Should the local government be called out? It obviously feels like the local government is going through a strike where the impact of governance is not felt, aside from some local governments in Lagos State. Do you think that the governors and the local governments needs to wake up? Everything cannot be in the hands of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The box is not on the table. If Nigeria is working today, Tinubu will claim credit. Let him leave the governors alone. If Tinubu is sincere, yes, let him call out the governors. Let him chastise them. Let him mean it. Then I will take him serious. But talking to the governors now is like shifting the blame to somebody. How about you? You that is the commander-in-chief. What have you done about security so that the governors can tell their people to go back to farm? Answer, if people were to go back to farm today, will this hunger continue? Please answer me now. If people were to go to farm like the Benue farmers, if they leave the IDP camp where they are and go back to farm, answer, will this hunger continue like this? So who is supposed to drive away the terrorists and deal with them? Is it the governors? Look, I don't want to be repeating myself over this issue. I don't want to, please. You people know the truth. You don't want to say it. I don't know why. Is it not Tinubu who said that we should not pity him? That he planned to do this for 30 years. So what happened? Esther, what happened? All the things we enjoyed under PDP, this FDC came to town and everything was withdrawn from us. Everything went down south and you are still looking for somebody to blame. Is it fair? Tinubu should carry all the blame. It's not enough to be answering Jagaban for what? He told us he has a class in Chicago saying this. So what do you expect from a first class student? Is it not performance? Esther, is it not performance? Why is he doing trial and error with our life? Tell me why? Are you telling me that if Tinubu has been doing so well, all of us will not rally around in this house here and tell the North to wait? What happened is that Tinubu didn't read his hands. He didn't read his hands at the time. I told him that, look, you will not enjoy the privilege Buhari enjoyed. Nigerians waited for Buhari for 8 years and it messed us up. They will not tolerate it from you. I told you Tinubu that. And you thought I was joking. All the things that Buhari did, they want to get their anger on Tinubu now because of his what? His low-grade performance in office. Imagine if Tinubu have come and stop all this thing he's doing, all the trial and error. You told us to remove subsidy. Meanwhile, you are paying subsidy through the back door. And if that one is confirmed, is that not deceit? Is that not deceit? Meanwhile, we are not seeing the money. We are not seeing the money. So what are you telling me that there was one gentleman agreement somewhere? As long as it is not written in my constitution, then it is null and void. I am telling you the truth. It is null and void. All the people telling that the North are holding swear, we cannot longer surrender to go and challenge them. It's not enough to talk. Come together and tell the North enough is enough. That's what I'm saying. They should not use Obi or the Igbos to go and cause another problem. That's what I'm saying here. Esther, you don't know what is happening. You don't know. You don't know. I am telling you. These people want to use Obi to cause another problem for the Igbos. Is that not what I'm telling you? Quietly work with Atiku. Let me see whatever they will use against the Igbos again. People say no. It cannot happen. No. If Atiku finish, please, who else will take it from the south here? Is it not Obi? Is it not the south? Is it not the southeast? How do you do your own political strategy for God's sake? How?
Barrister, you seem to be exuding a kind of fear that without the North, a southern candidate. I'm coming, Barrister. Are you saying that every other person? I'm coming. Are you saying that every other person who trusts a Peter Obi or who trusts President Bola Ahmed Tinubu or who trusts a Rotimi Amici, that their trust and feeling is not strong enough just because the northern factor is there? You sound like let the North be pleased for a candidate to emerge. How long will Nigeria continue with that kind of politics where politics is only decided by a certain region when whoever emerges represents all the regions that makes Nigeria a federation? It is a time of the South. You keep pushing this whole thing towards Atiku. Even the northern people, most of them are saying that indeed there is an agreement that it is the time of the South. Are you saying that without an Atiku, Peter Obi has no chance whatsoever? Or should it be INEC that we should put the focus on?
Esther, please, I have told you here, never you tell me that I'm afraid or whatever. Do I look like a coward? I am telling you what has worked over the years. And you don't want to listen. Okay, allow it to be now. Let him go and do whatever he wants to do. Why are you people calling his name? Why are you bringing it into this equation?
No, this is a recent development where you now reiterated on what you have been saying from all the while that you're on this platform. I didn't introduce it. It's what's in the news.
Was it not good? Was it not the North that confirmed it this evening? What they have always wanted. Is that not true? Is that not true? Is that not what I've been saying? That is the agenda of the North. That's what they want. So if you don't like it, challenge them. Will I stop you? Challenge them now. Let they can go there and do it with the North. Tell them that no, you can no longer decide what happens. It's not by talking. It's not by talking, but they should not use to be on the Igbos to go and foment another problem. Tinubu is in office. Look at how he's defending to the North. He's even afraid of them. That was why one of their brothers he didn't threaten to kill his wife. He didn't talk. And I know if it was the fact here or any Igbo, I say, why? Why should you allow that? Oh yeah, kill her, bring her, kill her.
So Barrister, why are you not pushing? Why are you not pushing? Why are you not pushing for article to support? Hold on. Why are you not pushing for an article to support a southern candidate, either Peter Obi or Rotimi?
I am coming, Esther. If you were in the shoes of Atiku, you are the one that organized ADC. You are the one that organized the coalition. You are spending your money. Then you are interested all of a sudden with a northern agenda. You now package everything and hand it over to somebody else. Can you do that? Esther, can you do that on your own? Can you do that? You see, I have been telling people, if you don't want to work with that, go and look for another small party. Go and grow that party. Establish your presence there. And do whatever you want to do there. Instead of waiting for other people's party.
Okay.
Instead of being waiting for other people's party, where they are reporting him right, left, and center. Let him go and organize his own now with the obedience.
All right, Barrister Darlington, let's move on to another topic of conversation. We need to round up soon. So, INEC has disclosed to us that there are plans underway for prison inmates to vote in Nigerian elections. INEC's Professor Mahmoud Yakub today said the commission is working towards ensuring that prison inmates vote during elections. That the plan was on the agenda in discussions between INEC and officials of the Nigeria Correctional Service at the commission's headquarters in Abuja today. Yakubu said moves to address the voting rights of inmates have commenced. A couple of persons reacting to this information when it broke out felt it was a strategic move or a desperate move somehow to have more votes as the elections for 2027 get more tensed up. There are complaints, or rather there are talks that certain persons are getting more popular. So if the North will not align accordingly with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, this could be another means as well to have more votes. Why was this not something that was proposed in 2023? What happened that it's coming now? Because some of these prisoners are denied certain fundamental human rights, and all of a sudden we're now being reminded that the inmates have a right to vote.
Is it not part of the electoral reform that we're asking for, Esther? They are bringing a new innovation which will benefit everybody.
So this reform now has passed when there are other reforms that are very pertinent on the table. Why has the reform for diasporan voting not come out as well? The reform for those in diaspora to vote.
One thing, oh my God, Esther, one thing at a time.
Okay.
They mention other countries that have introduced it and it's working for them. That was diaspora. We see come. It's a gradual process. You can't do all the things in one fell swoop now. The people in the prisons, it comprises of every tribe, every ethnic group. If you go to prisons all over Nigeria, you see the Hausa man, the Yoruba man, the Igbo man, the Bibio man, the Shekri man, everybody is in prisons. So it is all of them to benefit from it. No exclusion. So what is wrong with that innovation? What is wrong with it? I don't see anything wrong, though. If they can introduce it, well and good. After all, we have almost 100,000 of them all over Nigeria. It's a number now. It's a number. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Barrister Darlington, thank you so much for your emphatic reaction to issues on the World News at 6. I sincerely, honorable, do appreciate your input.
Anyways, you listen to this video. For me, I know I like this, Mr. Darlington. I understand what you're saying, but for me, I do not subscribe to this idea of asking Peter Obi to work with Atiku. No. Peter Obi, can never deputize Atiku. Atiku is not qualified than Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not desperate to be the president, but Atiku is desperate. So a desperate person, somebody who is not desperate cannot go and be vice to desperate. No. Meanwhile, that one does not have the solution to the problem. He's not more qualified than Peter Obi. So I do not subscribe to this idea. Peter Obi is not going to do that to please anybody. He's not doing that to please anybody. So that's it. If he does not have any party, any platform to contest, it's better he just do not contest rather than deputize it, because that one is going to be painful, it's going to be hurtful to obedience. So if he doesn't contest at all, people will understand than saying he want to deputize. What for what? So we first of all deputize for Atiku for 8 years before they will not come. So if they do not want an Igbo man to come, fine, we understand. It is okay. Leave it like that. So because I don't know, Peter Obi is not doing that. Now that they suddenly they are looking for Jonathan to give ticket to make it wanted because they are not sure about Peter Obi. Somebody who is ready for business. He said 1 term is enough for him. Want to do. If you want to support him, then let everybody support him. Let him do his 8 years, 4 years, and see if he's going to keep on to his words or not. So what is that? Constitutionally, it does not. It's only 1 term he has to do. It's not constitutional that you must do 8 years. When you want to contest for it, you have to go through the same process. Do you understand? If the only thing I know, if Peter Obi, what he's going to do, if it is this election, that he has to make, at least he has to make this law, election, change a lot of things so that you, professor, can be able to contest. It will reduce the cost of running election in this country. Even the fund to buy a fund, 100 million, to do what? It will reduce it so that anybody, we can afford the rate at which we pay money to campaign. It will be reduced. The fund will be reduced so that anybody, professor, will be able to buy fund. Do you understand? It shouldn't be somebody who stole public money. So this idea, it should just stop. If they are not ready, AGC are not ready to give ticket, fine. Erufai is saying that a northern person cannot be. They are not ready. They want to make sure the South East, they complete the 8 years before power goes back to the North. Fine. So if they are considering Jonathan, fine. Jonathan will not win. I don't think Jonathan will contest. So if they are considering, fine, they want the best, they should. All of them should come together and support Peter Obi. Atiku, it is not a do or die affair. Atiku should go home and rest. Atiku is tired, he's old. So it's not a must that Atiku must be the president. It shows that Atiku do not have anything to offer. He's only going to recover his money. That's why he is desperate that it must be him. So if Atiku don't buy, so there will not be another person again. It should continue in grief, right? So what this idea must stop. And ADC coalitions. If truly you guys want to take over power from an incumbent president, you guys has to be serious. You guys, before you now start thinking about coalitions, you have at least reason one person say no. Conclusion, before saying coalition, you want to give ticket to the let everybody back this person because you see the potential, you see that this person is qualified, is eminently qualified. Not going through this, or say that you want to go through primary. Who are you contesting with? Coalitions in 2015, and these people, APC, didn't go through coalition. They already made Buhari the president. It was just that they need to go and do the needful by going to polling unit to contest. So they didn't go through polling. A lot of people were not interested or not coming out to say they want to contest. It was Buhari. Now, let it be okay. It is Atiku, it is Peter Obi or nobody. It is Atiku or nobody. Not this idea of going to polling, going to primaries and all. That is a waste of time. You guys are not ready. You guys are not serious. Anyways, we are watching, but for that thing, that idea should just stop. Peter Obi is not compensating anybody. Peter Obi is not doing it for his family. He's just coming for the sake of Nigerians. So if it didn't work, fine. He go back to his business. He's still young. For be a vice president to anybody, no, that's wrong. Or to even be a minister under anybody's administration, that one is out of it. It's not going to work. So yes, what do you think? And I trust Peter Obi. Now Peter Obi is too smart to rubbish himself now. Anyway, what do you think? Please share this video and please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Be your guy runner for me now.